Hello, friends. How are you all? So, welcome everyone. And today's session, we are going to talk about whether these IT stocks are going to go up or not. IT stocks, has been in a problem from last 1.5 years just because US and Europe are not performing. And today we are going to talk about in detail about that whether these stocks are going to perform or not, and whether at this level you should buy or not. Because lot many things is happening currently. You can see that yen trade, US recession fear, okay, Middle East problem, all these thing is happening across. And at this time, the main thing is whether we have to whether we should get into these IT stocks or not. That is what we are going to talk about. And I welcome you to this session. This session is very informative session, guys, because in this session we will understand now how to assess an IT stocks also, and also I'll give you a brief idea. Know if the stocks work, if this IT stock sector is going to go up, what will be the reasons and why it will go up. Okay, that I'm going to talk to you. And so guys, be attentive, attend the whole session. So let us talk about IT sector first. IT sector, as you are aware, no, it's been going from a turbulence little bit of no from last 1 year, 1.5. And the main primary reason was simple because more than 90% of you can say the IT sector revenue is coming from the outside India. Okay, so if you can say that more than 90% of that, 95% around is coming outside India for majority of big companies. We are going to talk about there also. I'll show you the charts and everything, which will give you a clear cut idea. So when you are getting the major revenue from outside, you are always thinking whether if there is a problem in all these countries, you will face a issue. And that is what happened currently in USA, and you can say Europe and all that area. Because at the end of the day, what happened after the COVID crisis, when there was a lot of liquidity infused in the market, the inflation gone up. And because the inflation gone up, what happened, you can say that no, interest rate was going up, because in order to control the inflation, US Fed and no European countries, European ECB, basically central government, has to increase the rates. Even in RBI increase the rate. So when they are increasing the rates, at the end it affect the growth, correct? So growth जो बढ़ गया था, that will be in a control. Now if growth comes in a control growth, then what will happen, the companies will cut down their basically budgets. And IT budget is one of the main budget if you talk about now in US and Europe and all that. So if they cut the IT budgets, it will have a direct impact on the IT sector. Okay, another problem was created as the interest rate were going up. If it goes above one level, no, the bank's default starts coming in. Why? Because what happens, if something like no, if the interest rate is going up, then they have a bond issue coming. Okay, bond mein problems aa jati hai. And so if lot of depositors started taking out money and they are depositing into a higher interest rate, then they have a redemption pressure, and at the end banks may collapse. So you know that bank, so many banks, First Bank and all that, no, in Republic Bank in USA started collapsing. And because of that, what happened, no, there is a systematic risk in BFSI. What is BFSI? Is banking financial service, okay, segment. Now the problem is, like, if you talk about Infosys, TCS, Wipro and all these guys, the majority of their, you can say that businesses coming from BFSI. Okay, so if the BFSI segment is not working, then these companies will have a problem. And like Infosys have a no much more major software now for the BFSI and all. So TCS also have, Wipro also have a, so in सब के वजह से क्या हुआ कि suddenly there is a weakness in the market, and that weakness in the IT industry is been prevailing from last 1.5 years. Now comes the condition where now, see, I'm just giving you a background to understand what has happened in last 1.5 and why IT sector is not performing. Okay, if you are layman, you may not be knowing that. Now what has happened, because the interest rate cut already, sorry, interest rate cut expectation are built up because of yen carry trade. What happened just now, the good thing is that 75% of yen carry trade is been settled down. That is what basically some of the reports are saying. So you know that last week the way the market fallen, like Nikkei fallen by 31%, Nasdaq Dow Jones fallen by 21%. Okay, but most of the whatever needed, no, the fund will transfer to the Japan because of yen created, no, because Japan was having a zero interest rate over the time. And what people were doing, they were borrowing from Japan and they were investing elsewhere. Now, as because of that, what happened, slowly and gradually the inflation started going up, because the yen was 100 yen against $1. Now that has depreciated to 160 against $1. And because of that, the inflation started going up in Japan. And because the inflation started going up, what happened, the government had no option, basically that central government had no option but to increase the interest rate. See, understand, if your inflation is coming to 2%, okay, and your interest 2%, now 2% is a very big inflation for Japan. No, why inflation hota hi nahi tha kabhi. Now in order to reduce that inflation, no, they have to increase the interest rate. They have to increase the interest rate. So logically the interest rate should go to 4%. Now they've increased by 0.25%. Just think of it, what type of big impact is coming if it happens. It will be like a, no, it will be a big, you can say, no, it's like a nuclear bomb only if it goes to 4% interest rate, which cannot happen. Because so they increase by 0.25, because of just increasing by 0.25, you can see what happened across the world. But they are saying that they have to be, in order to bring the inflation on. But no, and now because the US pressure, the Japan told that central bank, okay, now it is done, we are not going to increase the interest now. But normally whenever the central bankers start increase the interest, it's just a start of a policy. Normally they don't stop there. And if you go to the minutes of that meeting, no, it shows that they are going to increase interest rate tomorrow, means not tomorrow but going onwards also. So what happened, because of that also again US got baffled. Now the problem is in US multiple level, that the companies earnings are not coming good and all that. And Jan Powell told that, okay, 31st July also he told, no, we are not going to cut interest rate, we want more data. And now what happened, suddenly there is a sense that are we going into recession. And because of that, why? Because the results were not coming good. All this, if you talk about Intel and Microsoft and Google and so many companies, Intel was almost 30% now. See why I'm telling you all this background, no? Because if recession is coming in USA, it will have a direct impact in Indian economy. More than Indian economy, it will have a direct impact on Indian IT industry, because then most of their business coming from there. Okay, Latin America, North America, and now again Europe's and all that. So there was a fear that, okay, is it US going in a recession? And the day it was been like saying that, okay, is US going into recession, our IT companies started going down. Correct. And because of that, what happened, suddenly market started falling. Actually on that day when the market across the world fallen, was a down circuit in Japan, more than a yen carried trade, there was a bigger fear that US is going in a recession. But after 2 days, suddenly the data came. Like, no, the job data is actually now again going up, and no, again PMI data came at a 51. So now everyone is, no, recession is not going to come. But still, it's a lingering fear that there may be a possibility of recession in US. Now I don't remember whose research report I have seen, but it was saying that 35% chances are that US will go into recession, and by next year, by 25, the chances are more than 45, more than 55%. So, but by the way, by September, 99% Fed is going to cut the interest rate. Now everyone was saying that earlier it should be 25. Now everyone saying it should be 50%, 50.50 basis point. Okay. And in this year only, they may cut in October also, November also, maybe 3-4 cut will happen. And there's everyone is saying that before March, it should be at least 1.5% interest rate cut. So the situation is there currently is such that, no, that US is still in a dilemma what is going to, and Fed is not going to cut interest rate, just means, suddenly they are not going to come and cut the interest. They will wait for September. Normally if Fed will not cut the interest rate out of the blue, they'll follow their own schedule. and maybe on time only they are going to cut the interest rate. Maybe on September, I don't remember whether it is 18, 19, something date is that. So we have to wait till then. But now if the interest rate cut is happening, and again many interest rate cut will happen, economy will revive, then again IT will revive. So why why I'm giving you the so much of talking about no Japan, China, sorry, Japan, and US and Europe, is because everything is related to IT industry. And guys, hope you are with me. If you are with me and if you are getting value, then just type V for value. I have not asked it. Just type V for value in the chat box, guys. And guys, do like this video. I know you are here. If you are getting value, please like this. At least I want 100 likes here. Okay. And we are going to talk about company specific also. Don't worry, I'm just giving you the background. Then I'll try to keep this video as short as possible, so that we will get enough value within a short period of time. Just type V for value and do like the video. Now talking about India. Now if you see, Indian company were having a very bad quarters earlier. Okay, if you see last 1 year was not so good. At least this quarter onwards, things are much better for IT. I think Infosys shown that they got the largest order. Okay, the value. Then even many other stocks as TCS also done very well. The guidance was much better for the future. HCL done well. Wipro was, I think, one of the worst. Rest Tata Technologies, Tata Elxsi perform, but the way they have a valuation of base उससे ज्यादा तो बहुत ही कम था. Okay, so now basically you have to understand that in all this thing, no, the implication was simple, that whatever happening in US is having an impact. Okay, and so now we are talking about the company specific. So company specific, no, what we'll do, I'll talk about some of the companies. Mainly we'll take these four major companies and trying to understand how it impacts, and also what are the main metrics you have to see, main parameters you have to see when you are taking a decision, when whether you want to buy a stock or not, because this is so important. I'm just telling you that this stock to buy does not make any sense. You also understand that which stock to buy. So are you ready for that? Yes, just type BIO, bring it on in the chat box. Okay, chat box mein डालिए आप, and I'll show you the way. And some of the I'm going to show you Tijori Finance and Skinner dotting, through which you can analyze any stock, and it will give you a good understanding about it. Okay, so let me share the link. Okay, yes, Rushadya, Nalini, Yogendra, Chimanlal, Anil. Okay, thanks for the reply. चलिए मैं एक मिनट शेयर कर देता हूँ स्क्रीन आपको. 1 minute. Yes, so let us talk about Tijori. I'm talking now here. No, I just wanted to show you something. 1 minute. Guys, are you able to see this? Then just type Y for yes. Guys, are you able to see this? Just type Y for yes. 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Sanjeev, thanks for the reply. Now, talking about that, see here, I just wanted to show you something. Like, as I told you, how is the breakup? Okay, this is a product wise breakup, but as I told you, no, the location wise breakup. I know it is little bit thoda niche hoga, lekin this is a location wise breakup of TCS. Now, 1 minute, I'll just yeah, 1 minute. So if you see here, the North America is 14. If you take India, India is 7.5% out of 100. Now this is TCS. Okay, this is TCS, and if you see here, as I told you, no, you can see here, India is only 7.5%. Now what it shows, no, rest 92.5% is coming from outside their revenue. This is location wise breakup. Okay, hope you are getting it. Now when you are talking about Infosys, you see India is 3.12%. Okay, 3.12 means 97% is coming from outside. See, we are the like a outsourcing hub of all these countries. Okay, when we talk about Wipro, you can see, just a minute, I'll just keep it little bit thoda up. So if you see others may, I think we are there. But if you see Asia, okay, 10% will take Asia as us, other than Asia. So 90% is coming from outside. Why I am showing you all this? Because you have to understand what type of outsourcing we are doing. Okay, that shows how much influence this US and all these countries will be having on us. If something goes in a problem, I'm talking specific for the IT sector, and you see what type of impact it is. Correct. Now let us talk about the segment wise. This is also very important to understand. You, as I told you, BFSI, that is banking. Okay, you can see here, banking in TCS is having almost 31%. The major holding is banking, and that's why when US banks gone in a problem, all these companies started going in a problem. Correct. So you can see that the banking is in the major, then detailed 15, maybe regional 14, okay, healthcare 11. Now, when we talk about here for Infosys, 1 minute. For Infosys, when we talk about it is like no here complete breakup nahi diya. Acha, financial service here. Okay, so financial service is almost 27.15. You can see here. So this is what is for the Infosys, that is also the major, and here also you can see Wipro. Okay, so Wipro also see basically 33.4% is basically BFSI. Okay, banking and insurance. So that's why I'm telling you that because क्या होता है कि when the interest rate is higher on in US, it is hurting their banks. Because of high interest rate only, some of the banks gone in a problem. Now if they have a higher interest rate, understand one thing, banks are in a problem. Now if the banks want to cut their budget, which is the first budget they will cut, they will cut the IT budget, because system upgradation they may do it afterwards also if everything is doing fine. Like it's like no, I want to transfer from basically you can say that Oracle to SAP. ओके, मैं बोलूंगा यार ठीक है यार, रुक जाते हैं, इतनी जल्दी नहीं है ना, दिस इज ओके, गोइंग इज ओके. एंड that is what is happening currently. They are not actually not doing any upgradation, and more than they are not having in more allocation of the budget in IT sector. And that's how all these companies have a problem. See, at the end these companies are providing services, but if this bank starts coming up when the interest rate cut happen, the major portion which are these having, that will be beneficial. Okay, so at the end of the day, that's why banking is so important for all this company. Got it? So keep this in mind. This is why I try to show you know what is the all that sectors and all that. Okay, now client wise breakup and all that, let it be, you know, that's okay. Now what we'll do, we'll try to understand how is the revenue structure happening. Okay, I try to make you understand through chart, so that is better. 1 minute. So constant revenue currency is very important. And you can see here, these are the various charts. You can see this. Now this is Tijori Finance. Now you can see here the constant currency year on year. You can see here, if you talk about 2019, HCL was number one, two was Infosys, then TCS and Wipro. Then after 21, 22, of course, Wipro has gone up. But after that, you know now why Wipro is not actually. You can see at 2022, it was 28.5. Now how much it is? If you take out in 2024, okay, this quarter, you see minus. Are you getting this? See, it has gone to minus. Wipro has gone to minus. And that's why Wipro is not, because in last 2 years, his performance has gone very bad. And this is the sales I'm showing it to you year on year. Okay, of course, HCL is having the, if you see the percentage return out of this four stock which has given, HCL has given the maximum. And you can see here the HCL is having the highest growth currently. Then comes the TCS and Infosys and all that. And that is why it is all this revenue structure and all that, no, basically it is reflecting in their profitability also. Okay, so keep this in mind. This was just to show you the constant currency overall growth. Now they have various segment. Like if you, I don't know whether you are able to see or not, but you can see there is a constant 1 minute. There is a constant currency, BFSI, banking, financial services, okay, healthcare, consumer, energy, technology, so many are there. These are various segments. Out of that, as I told you, the BFSI is having the maximum. So let us understand this BFSI ka kaisa hai. So if you take about this and we compare with, okay, which one is pending? HCL. HCL is not there. Okay, HCL का ज़्यादा नहीं है इसमें. So when you see here, you see at from last 1.5 year, you can see here this company, like if you see, it was 47, 48%, and you can see how much it has fallen. See, all for both, all the three. Infosys, it was 20%, TCS was 17%. Okay, growth I'm talking about, year on growth in BFS sector, their main segment. You see, that main segment is giving you almost a negative return. Your main segment is having a negative growth, and when your main segment goes into negative growth, don't you think their return is going to impact it? And that is what is impacting the profitability. Okay, if you think, hope you are getting it. If you are getting it, then just type G for getting it. Okay, type in the chat box what I'm trying to convey. Their main department is not working. You can see the way it has gone to negative, and this is what is impacting the market, impacting the pricing. Now from here, if these companies start doing well, if there is an interest rate cut and all these companies will start, you will suddenly see a jump in the profitability. And this is what you have to keep in mind, guys. See, at the end of the day, it's a cycle. No cycle is for the permanent. The cycle will come, the cycle will go. You have to understand at what juncture you are currently standing. If you think yes, things are going to be better, then I think this is the best time. So yes, yes, Ravi, Ashok, Aditya. Guys, I am going to speak in English, so please bear with me. But it is a simple English, guys. You will be able to understand. So it's not a. मेरी English भी इतनी अच्छी नहीं है. Okay, I am talking in a simple English. You will be able to understand. Don't worry. Chale. So now talking about now from here, let us understand company wise how is the performance and what are the main points you have to keep in mind when you understand, when you want to analyze any company. Some of the ratios you have to keep in mind, and that is what I wanted to tell you. Last time, if you remember, we spoke on a length about which sector. Yeah, we spoken about bank sector. What are the things to win? Now let us understand, when you are talking about IT industry, what are the main points you have to understand. Okay. Yes. Yes, Ravi, Ashok, Aditya, Prabhat, Nalini. So I open a screener of each and every stock, so now it becomes easy for me. Now, if I compare this peers comparison, this is in if you see here. Okay, now let us understand here. So P ratio. Now, whenever you understand, one of the most important ratio in IT is P ratio. Please write it down. Price to earning ratio. So price to earning ratio currently is 32.54 average. Okay, for the industry P. You have to understand, we have to, whenever you compare, no, please compare with the industry. Now, when we talk about TCS, it is 32p, same as industry P. Infosys 27, 32. HCL is 26. Wipro थोड़ा ऊपर आया है, 23 है. Earlier it was quite down. LTI Mindtree 34, but when we talk about Tech Mahindra, it is 58 and Precision 61. Okay, so one is the PE के balls कितना है against the average. Okay, another important point you have to keep in mind whenever you see us, this one is ROE, ROC भी देखना है, but these companies are having a very ROE, ROC, that is return on equity and return on capital employed. But these companies are having a very good ROE, ROC over the time. Yes, Wipro is not having so great, and even Tech Mahindra, but yes, these three companies are having a very good ROE. When we talk about we already seen, but just to make you understand how your stock price is related to your profitability. You see here, the sales growth of TCS was 13% average. Profit growth in, I'm talking about last 3 years. And here 3 years profitability was 11, 12%. मैं बोलूँ ना तो IT companies has not given you so much of return compared to what if you have invested only in ETF also you could have made more money rather than all these companies and all that. But this is a cycle that you need to understand. When there was a boom period, when during the COVID crisis, all these stocks has gone up a lot, and now there's a just to show you again. 1 minute. Uh, Let me show you the chart. Okay, so when we talk about the chart, guys, you can see here this is a TCS chart in 5 years. Okay, and if you see here, no, basically you can see here that it has not performed so much in last from आप कह सकते हो ना कि वो guys my voice is clear then just type C for clear in the chat box if my voice is clear. ये यहाँ आप देख सकते हो ना the stock has gone during the COVID period all time है बाद में वो it is lying in a range only, and that is where you have to understand this is where the you can say the interest rate started going up. ओके बाद में यहाँ तक लिक्विडिटी रही थी, बाद में इंटरेस्ट है इसलिए इनका ग्रोथ रह गया. एंड व्हाट हैज हैपेंड इन दिस इयर्स यू सी during 2021 your P ratio gone up a lot, P ratio, but your earning has not gone up. Now because you got so much of high valuation here, overvaluation here, the stock was not performing. So yes, yeah, thanks Naveen, Rushe, Prabhat, Karunesh, Nalini, Ashok. Okay, thanks. So because आप कुछ ज्यादा ही बढ़ गया, you see you have gone up to 40 P. अब इतना हाई पी जो हो गया, इसका एवरेज पी जो देखते हो ना तो उसका ऑलमोस्ट 25 to 30 के आसपास रहता है. Because you have gone up so much, the distance between the earnings and the P ratio gone up, and afterwards what happened? Your EPS is going up. ऐसा नहीं कि EPS बढ़ नहीं रहा है, but your stock, your P ratio is going down, and as a result, you are not performed. See, just to show you, you will come to know here. See, it is so correlated. See, if you are able to understand, you'll get a lot of understanding. आप देखो पीछे 3 साल में your sales gone up 14%, your profit gone by 12%, but your price gone only for 8%. Why? Because your initially overvaluation happened during the COVID time. And when you have this type of overvaluation during the COVID time, next 3 years you are not performing. Guys, getting it? Yes, then just type G for got it. Why in 3 years it has not performed? Because at initially during COVID period हमने कुछ ज्यादा ही भगा दिया ये स्टॉक्स को, और बाद में उस तरह का रिटर्न है और ये देखो परफॉर्म नहीं किया. एंड सेम स्टोरी इज देयर फॉर ऑल द आईटी स्टॉक्स. All the IT, so गिना चुने कोई small cap maybe it may be running, that's a different thing. Otherwise this is the major problem among all the IT stocks. And that is why no, when you pay a overvaluation to any stock, no, you have to be very careful. When it is in a bull run and it is having an extraordinary valuation, you have to understand if something goes wrong in that sector for 3-5 years, you may not earn a return also. So that is so important. Yes, Rogendra, Prabhat, Ravi, Ashok, Suresh, guys, whatever I am saying today, no, please check this video again. Believe me, it will give you a lot of knowledge and understanding. Know how to review a stock and what are the things to be keep in mind. Also, guys, now in the same IT sector, another point which you have to keep in mind is when you compare is your P ratio. Sorry, this one operating margin. Operating margin is very very important. Okay, why operating margin is important? Because at the end of the day, ये देखो, ये मैं बताता हूँ आपको. Operating margin is this one. If you see here, this is the quarterly result and this is an operating margin. Okay, this is the operating margin. If company is able to increase their operating margin, it will be very very beneficial for you. Okay, and but if the margin is dipping, because what is their main expense? देखो कोई भी IT company का what is the main expense is their employee cost. You see what is the employee cost here. Okay, you can see 59, 57. It has reached to 59% at its peak. Correct? I'm talking about TCS. This is the major expense, and that's why operating margin is so important, because there is no machinery involved in IT companies. No, what is your machinery is nothing but your human resources. That is the major cost. If the major cost is much more high, and if the attrition rate is much more higher, you have a problem. So if you talk about here, like December to here, no, this is the period where the attrition rate is more even. Another third point, which one is, of course, sales and all that, you are checking P ratio. Third point, I told you operating margin. Fourth point, attrition rate. What is the attrition rate? How many employees are going and leaving the company? Initially, if you talk about 23, 24, it was like 25 to 30% for most of the companies. Now it is coming down to 12, 13% something. Why? Okay, tell me why the attrition rate is coming down now, and why at that time attrition was rate on such a higher side. Okay, when we talk about 21, 22. Okay, type in the chat box. Yeah, see, one of the main okay, I'll tell you. One of the main reason is nothing but, no, 21, 22 is nothing but a bull run, because the COVID crisis happened. Now everyone was working at home. Suddenly demand came. People, employees are getting high packages, and if they switch, they'll getting the double the packages and all that stuff. Now what happened after that? The slack period started from last 1.5 year. Because the slack period started, because the company were not growing, suddenly the demand started going down, and all these employees were feeling, boss, abhi job change nahi karni hai. Wherever we are sitting, let us sit there only. No need to change now. Okay, due to job crisis. Perfect. Future is bright. Correct. So basically, now the situation was कि boss जहां बैठे वहीं बैठे रहो, बदलोगे तो फंस जाओगे. And that's why the attrition rate got down. And as your attrition rate goes down, your employee cost goes down. One of the other reason you have to understand that, before TCS it is not, but if you open the other company, you will get to know. I don't have that much of time, but I'm trying to make you understand the funda of this. As your attrition rate goes down, no, you deploy new employees. Because you deploy new employees, what will happen? Your expenses will go up. No, first of all, 6 months तो उसको समझाने में चले जाएंगे. 3 months, 6 months is like they are like our घर जमाई. Okay, and you have to wait slowly and gradually they'll understand. So your employee cost will go down. Again, the new person you are bringing maybe at a higher packages. So all these things will have an impact in their employee cost if the attrition rate. Now, as the attrition rate goes down, your employee cost goes down, then your operating margin goes up. And that is the benefit happening currently. So now, as the operating margin goes up, that is beneficial for a company. So you have to understand in this way that why this is happening. Okay, and if operating margin pehle क्यों down था अभी, or as and when operating margin goes down, that is beneficial for the company. Still it has not gone up so much. When it, because what it may happen, that when you have a slack period, you don't have a negotiation power. Okay, you don't have a negotiation power, and at that time, when the things are not going, your banks and all that in US and all that will negotiate with you, and they will negotiate with you for the lower prices and all that, keeping the lower contract value and all that. So वहां भी negotiation. लेकिन जैसे demand बढ़ती है, your pricing power goes up, your employee cost तो जो है सो है, वो slowly and gradually वहां भी बढ़ेगी, लेकिन it will take a lag effect. So that is also going to come into picture. So you always have to check the operating margin. Very important. Like if you see the operating margin of Wipro, this is Wipro, and you can see here, earlier it has gone down 20 ka 19, 18, and now it is started going up. Correct, you can see here. Correct. तो इसका लेकिन operating margin is lower than, you can say, compared to TCS, and it is like 62%, 60%, you can see here, and there it was 59%. Okay, तो even if we talk about Infosys में भी अगर आप देखोगे, it is 53%. Okay, and operating margin is 24. इनका अच्छा है operating margin. So कहने का मतलब ये है कि please understand about operating margin. Plus you also have to understand another point. You can write it down is what is the future contract value. Okay, contract value and all that, no, kitna contract value aa raha hai, kitna hoga. And that is also very very important, because no, contract value plays a big role. Contract value plays a big role because your future will be depending on the what type of contracts you have. If a company is not getting contracts regularly, then again there is a big problem. So that is also a point you have to keep in mind. And one of the biggest point which you have to keep in mind now for re-rating of any stock is nothing but the guidance given. What type of guidance you are getting, what type of guidance you are getting from the management for the future. Okay, means either like how much, at a what constant currency they are going to grow. Like for I think if you're talking about info, it was like 2-3%. But when we talk about Wipro, it has gone up to negative also, one to -2 or something like was there. So constant currency गाइडेंस. नाउ यू विल से अपन 2-3% से ग्रो होगा, उससे क्या फायदा है अब, लेकिन इन सबका ऐसा ही है. No one is growing by 10-20%. Okay, all these companies, no, they constant currency 2-3% and all that. So it's like a steady, like us, you want to pay steady, you can go for IT. But yes, that you have to know the guidance what they are giving. So normally IT companies give guidance, uh, other sector normally don't give guidance, no. But IT, yes, some of the companies do give guidance, like some of the banks and all that. But most of the IT companies, majorly the bigger companies, will give you guidance. And that again, you have NASCOM and all that, that also plays a big role. So how, what type of guidance they are giving, are they giving guidance? And if we talk about the current, how the guidance is given by all these like big companies, is much better than earlier. This quarter was much better for IT companies than earlier. So if you talk about rebound has happened in most of the IT companies. And the reason is that only that it may happen that in near term the interest rate cut may happen, no, they'll be on a benefit side, and no, that is going to help them. And this is what is expected that it is going to happen in future also. Correct. So ये आपको थोड़ा ध्यान में रखना है ना, when we are talking about the companies and all that, that yes, guidance है, operating profit है, attrition level है, how the revenue is going up in the constant currency. Okay, of course, how the US and Europe is doing, that is also very very important. Because no, unless there the growth is not happening, then there is a problem. Infosys, I think it is 3-4%. Okay, so plus you have to understand about the management also. Like Wipro is facing lot of problem when we talk about the management. Lot of their higher management and CEO left. Again, after along with CEO काफी लोग और भी निकल गए थे, and now the new management is there, they are actually struggling with the business and all that. So these are also point you have to keep in mind when we are talking about the IT. So I see, guys, I am not able to cover each and every IT stock, but I am trying to give you a good flavor about what is happening. Now when we talk about some of the companies like you may ask Tata Elxsi, Tata Technology, KPIT, and all this, which have a high P overall. All these are based on the, mostly they are based on the this one is the major is automobiles, their clients, and telecom and all that. Automobiles also facing little bit issue. So ऐसा issue बड़ा नहीं है, but yes, all these stocks are at a very very high valuation. And in order to sustain that type of high P of 60-70, you have to give very good growth. Again, the problem with all these companies, and again, we can take into account all other companies, or that how much their top clients are. Okay, I mean clients यानी clientele, top 10 clients are कितना provide कर रहे हैं. If I have that data, was there data, 1 minute, yes, yeah, here it is. Okay, let me share the screen. That is also very important to understand. 1 minute. So you can see here, uh, you can see this is TCS. Okay, so 43%, you can see here that 43% in uska unka revenue is coming from USD 1 plus million clients, 23% coming from 5 plus million का जो भी contract होता है ना, 5 million plus contract, that clients, then 16, and then similarly here also 10 plus million is coming from 21%. Okay, similarly you can see this is for Infosys, similarly for Wipro also is there. Now इसलिए मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि आपको पता होना चाहिए कि उनके क्लाइंटल्स कौन है. See here also, if you see here, 10% is coming from more than 10 million जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है ना, वहां से क्लाइंटल से आ रहा है. So now when we talk about the Tata Elxsi and all that, no, so वहाँ क्या होता है, Tata Elxsi and all that, that okay 40 50 like Tata Technologies and all that, that 40 50 60% is coming from top 3 clients. Like Tata Technologies का आता है, Tata Motors से ही आता है, even Tata Elxsi का भी ये प्रॉब्लम है. So when you have such a big exposure on few clients, no, you just understand that if that your main client and that sector goes into some recession fear and all that, no, then it will have a direct impact on your profitability. So the over concentration on a particular clients also may backfire you. And then you have to understand that whichever clientels they have, what type of cycle they are going through it. If it is a telecom, then how the telecom sector going on, then only they are, because if overall telecom sector will not earn money, how then these companies are going to earn money. Similarly, if it is depending on automobiles, and if automobiles is not earning money, how these companies are going to earn money. So understand, guys, what here no also your clientele no composition also plays a big role. So yes, this point also you should keep in whenever you analyze a stock, and like same example which I told you already for BFSI, no, like because the BFSI is not working in USA, Europe, what happened? All these companies, TCS, Infosys, all that, no, they are also facing lot of issue. And all this combination of these points, like as I told you again, I am repeating, like P ratio, then your operating margin, of course profitability is there, then attrition level, your guidance, constant currency growth, again dependency on how larger clients, all these you have to keep in mind in order to know to determine whether I should go for this stock. And of course the future we will come to know through the guidance and know how they are going to grow. But one thing is for sure, guys, and that is a backdrop of our IT companies here, and that is overall I want to tell you about the whole IT industry in India, that we are always a service provider. We are not innovators. What do you mean by innovators? Google is an innovator. Microsoft is an innovator, like Chat GPT, no, all that. Okay, Nvidia is an innovator. Apple is an innovator. Okay, so all these IT companies are innovator, and in innovator, of course, your R&D is great. But if you find one like Facebook and all, they if they find one software, no, they can rule the world. And we are providing a back office service. All these companies are providing back office service. So no matter what happen, we cannot have that type of margin which Microsoft or Nvidia or Tesla or no Facebook can. Now we cannot earn so much, okay, because we all are depending on all these companies. If all these companies like banks will do well, other will do well, then only we will do well. But overall there क्या होता है, Nvidia, you see, no matter world whatever happen, because artificial intelligence is going up, they are going to go up. Correct. So if you agree to me, just type A4 agree in the chat box. Are you getting my point? तो ये एक अपना drawback है which you have to keep in mind, when we are investing in these IT companies, because at the end of the day we are always depending on someone and someone else. But I don't know when this culture will come. Like these all are cash rich companies, they are not like इनके पास बहुत cash पड़ा है. But the problem is, they are never trying to deploy that cash to invent something new or innovate something new. We are very much happy to become like providing a service only, back office service, and whatever extra cash is there we'll give as a dividend. Like we'll do a buyback, we'll give a high dividend, or something like bonuses, which TCS, Infosys, HCL are regularly doing. and somehow they feel that okay, ये करके मुझे अच्छा है तो ठीक है, वही कर रहे हैं वो लोग अभी. But it is not helping them honestly, then it is not helping them to grow over the time. Yes, yes, Ashok, Nalini, Dinesh, okay, Sunita, so keep this in mind that all these thing is a problem, but इसमें कुछ कर नहीं सकते. No, कुछ कर नहीं सकते. Innovator will always earn than service provider, that is for sure. उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है. You see their profitability, like no, Apple was gone up to $3 trillion. No, अपना अपना पूरी इकोनॉमी $3.5 trillion है. Nvidia gone $3 trillion. Even Apple is I think $2.5 trillion. तो सोचो उनका एक स्टॉक इज इक्वल टू, their one technology stock is equal to our Indian economy is 80 to 90%. If you add Nvidia and Apple, it is bigger than our whole Indian economy. Such big massive stocks they are, because they, when they innovate, the whole world use that product. Like Microsoft, you cannot imagine a world without Excel and Word. You need a market. Like just now happened, no, I think that problem happened, no, Microsoft office got crashed across the world, airlines got delayed, and so much thing happened, no. Correct. What is this shows the dominance. This shows that how dominant these players are. Google के बिना तो हम लोग कुछ सर्च ही नहीं कर रहे हैं. So yes, and that's why that economy is $24 trillion economy, and we are still $3.5 trillion economy. So nothing taking away from India, just to making you understand how these countries go, because they think what I can create so that whole world can use, and we are thinking no, how I can help him. But they are thinking I want to innovate and the whole world will use. So that is a big difference between us and no company sitting in US, and that's why our profit margin are never so high, no, compared to like Nvidia. No, कहाँ से कहाँ पहुंच गया यार. These like Google, Microsoft, no, they are giving a 15% 20% more than CAGR. Even our company is also given, but no, we are much more on a safer side. Okay, I think we'll keep it till यहाँ तक ही रखते हैं. I hope you got lot of value. Yes, you got the value. Guys, please like this video, and please, if you're not still attended our workshop, please attend our workshop and just type what you learned today. Type in the chat box what you learned today. Okay, and hope this 45 minutes has given you a good value, and at least I try to make you understand how the IT sector, what are the things you have to keep in mind, why it is not performing. And guys, if this interest rate cut will happen, all this is going to happen. I think these good days will be ahead for IT sector. You have to be little bit patience here. थोड़ा patience रखना पड़ेगा आपको. And you have to 1 or 2 quarter. We may not perform at IT level, but I think things will be better. Vishnu, it is Epic. EPIC, Epic Pen. Okay. Yes, guys, do like this video. Okay, I want at least 100 likes. Chale, now I'll take 5 minutes, take some questions, and otherwise I think it's already quite delayed. काफी long. Hope you have got lot of value, guys. And they, now, okay, just to tell you in nutshell, guys, as I told you that maybe from September's cut will happen. I think if you are there in IT stocks, be there in these stocks. I think good days will be ahead from here. And the contract value of many of the companies are, even the big companies are giving a good guidance, so things will be better. Things will be much better from here. Okay, yes. How to utilize the guidance or data means, I am not getting it, Dinesh Kumar. What do you mean by guidance and data? Can you, it was night. Okay, yeah, thanks Anand. Study before investing. Yes, Omkar. Okay, then it IT sector income from various sources. Yes, okay, great. Then deep understanding agree the performance idea. Yes, Sunita. Okay. Yes, all your workshop videos are too valuable, Sima. Thank you. Sir, are you in CA pack? No, Sujit, I am not in CA. I don't like practice. So even from last maybe 18 to 20 years, no, I am giving to my friend only. Means he is only filing up the return. I am not filing anytime. Immense value. Okay, thanks. Ravi, great value. Okay. I'm investing in BlackRock World Technology in USA through an insurance. What is a but through the insurance, no, Mahesh, don't call club Mahesh. Sorry, insurance with the, you can say that investing activity. It does not go well. If you want to take insurance, take pure term insurance or something. No, that is not a income generating source. That is what I feel. But yes, backlog word technology, I have not seen the what stocks are there, so I'll not able to comment on that, Mahesh. Okay, Prabhat, very valuable. Okay, what is your opinion on Suzlon? Suzlon, I told you guys, we made videos also on that. Stock is in its own zone and big. You have to give a hats off to Suzlon, yeah, the way it recovered. Yeah, oh, that management has done extremely well. 1 lakh crore cross today. So such a company, who had no one thought that it will cross 1 lakh. Tulsi Tanti would have been alive today. No, you would be so happy. Anyways, this is, I think, the highest market capitalization for Suzlon till now. But it is doing well. I think if you are having a stock, please keep it. It is ticking all the right boxes. Okay. But somehow I was not able to buy for our stock requirement because I was little bit worried on the risky तो है यार थोड़ा डर गया था तो मैंने लिया नहीं था for our that, but yes, it has done extremely well. By the way, guys, if you are not attend our session, no, please attend the session. I have given the link, and we do provide a recommendation service also. And all this whatever I told you, when we see any IT stock, we follow these steps. So same thing we follow. Okay, that is what I am trying to show you. Okay, chaliye, 1 minute. Once rate cut happen, IT stock prices go. Yes, chances are there, Prasad. Once the rate cut starts happening, even in India it starts happening, I think situation will be much better for the IT stocks. That is for sure. Knowledge for chart pattern is important for swing and long term. Subhajit, but I normally don't do that. I normally follow long term investing and don't see charts and all that. So even our recommendation service, what we are providing is for the long term investing only. So because in long term, I feel the no the main thing is our fundamental plays a much bigger role. Zurich, I know Zurich offer many funds. I know Mahesh because I was there in Dubai, for 10 years. Same, हर एक के पास ये Zurich का प्लान रहता था. But so that is the thing. Uh, Mahesh, that depends on you. I cannot comment on that because BlackRock World Technology, I don't know what is there and what are the shares they are holding. So I'll not able to comment on that. Is it time to invest in IT? I think yes. I think give you a better return. That is what I feel. Uh, the guidance provided from you and the data I showed you, this is how to understand about the guidance provided from you and the data you showed from these details. So Dinesh, that is what, not the way I told you, same way you have to understand about the companies and all that, correct? So I told you the framework. Dinesh, go through this video again and will come. Otherwise, you attend that session also, it will help you out. But yes, more than again, better you go to the through the video. Deepak Jain, how about Birlasoft? Hold it. Sir, shall I take a fresh entry in Suzlon? Rushendra, पता नहीं यार, I don't know. I'll not. बहुत बढ़िया यार. It has gone to I think 74, 75. So wait for some time. Otherwise, I'll not because when I made a video, I think it was maybe 63, 64. उससे भी बढ़ गया है. उससे पहले मैंने बनाया था तब 45 था. I think 2 times I made a video on Suzlon. Both time I was bullish on that. तो पता नहीं है. I'll not able to comment on that. I'll not go for at this price. No, wait to see another quarter also. Okay, the insurance policy is for the insurance purpose. It is for ULIP. It covers. My sorry, I'll not able to comment on this. मुझे देखना पड़ेगा. कैसा Nerolec? No, I'll not go for because yes, provided the oil goes down, then it may be helpful. This Asian paints and all that may do well, but somehow the paint industry has been disturbed, because of the Birla coming into picture. And Birla, no, is giving a very, very good competition. This Grasim, basically, Aditya Birla. Grasim is coming, with a big bang. No, they want to give discount and they want to capture the market. So when these type of things, no, I'll prefer not to go with this. Okay. Chaliye. So I think that's all. Thank you very much, guys. I think I've taken all the questions also and attend the workshop if not gone. And guys, before going, do like this video. Okay. And if you have any question, please put in the chat box down also, or comment box में डाल दीजिए. Next time I'll try to cover that in any video. Okay. And I do reply your questions, whatever you comment. No, I do reply simultaneously. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining for so long, and I'll see you soon next time. Okay. Next week we'll take some another topic, one another sector. We're done banking, we're done IT. We'll take some other. I want to show you practical way to approach a sector and know how you have to analyze. It's not just no buy this, buy that. No, I want you guys to start thinking about this, and you have to understand the no the code, why something is working, why something is not working. Unless you don't understand the code and the base of that, no, you'll not able to catch any good quality song, because at the end of the day, the future will be depending on all the base they have created till now, and whether the base is strong. If the base is strong, then only it will be able to capitalize on the anything future opportunity coming towards them. Okay. So guys, thank you very much. Good night. Enjoy your weekend.